Welcome to the Daily Millwall for Friday, 22nd of January 2021. We're going to start off today's program with this. This came out yesterday, but I only just saw it after I made yesterday's video. This is a communication from Companies House website about Millwall Holdings PLC. That's the holding company that John Belson is the largest shareholder in, who own and operate Millwall Football Club, and they had a share issue for existing shareholders, I believe, of £2.85 million. So this is the eyes on the board at Twitter. If you want to go and check it out, it's at eyesot board. That's on Twitter, and they brought this to my attention. And this is about Millwall raising money by the directors of the club and the shareholders of the club, buying more shares if they're able to, I assume, to own a larger percentage of the club that they already own. So if they issue these shares and JB's the only one who's buying them, and he ends up owning a larger percentage of the club by having more shares than anyone else. So 2.85, I assume that this is for transfers, because after this, the other news we got this morning was this. This is from the londonnewsonline.co.uk. It's the South London Press online website. Story from Richard Corley. Millwall in talks to sign Birmingham City midfielder. And there you can see a picture of the lad getting stuck in into Derby County. It says Millwall are in talks with Birmingham City over a permanent deal for Maikel Kieftenbeld. The Dutch midfield destroyer was out of contract this summer, and Lions manager Gary Rowett is pushing ahead with bringing Kieftenbeld to SC16. The former Dutch under-21 international has made 10 championship appearances this season. In total, his Blues record stands at 183 matches and 6 goals. Kieftenbeld joined Birmingham from FC Groningen in July 2015 for an undisclosed fee. Millwall have made strengthening their midfield a key objective in this transfer window, but they are also set to add in central defence, with Murray Wallace, a broken foot, facing a number of weeks on the sideline. So that it seems to me that 2.85 million that was pumped in by the existing shareholders is for transfers, and it looks like we're signing this guy and another defender to cover for Murray Wallace. And so this was in the morning, and this is just the thing. What you got to realise with these kind of things is we've heard similar rumours over the last week, but they came from outside sources. I think one of the rumours was from the same people that brought us the rumour that Troy Parrott was going back to Spurs. That didn't pan out, not yet anyway. But when you get a piece of news like this from Richard Corley, it's basically gold-plated news. It's diamond-encrusted, gold-plated news, because Richard Corley is probably the '1 journalist connected to Millwall Football Club. If he's publishing something, there's no rumours there. It's from inside of Millwall. Now you can take that with sometimes do they play him? Do they feed him stuff that they want the fans to hear? That it might not be coming true, but they want to get a bit of propaganda out there. They might do that. But later on today on Twitter, we have this from another journalist connected to Millwall Football Club, who's usually pretty spot on as well. Is at Jake Sanders 92 on Twitter. There's Maikel Kieftenbeld's move to Millwall would appear all but done, waiting for official confirmation, which I guess will be done either tomorrow or Sunday. Rowett's first signing of the window. So there you go. It seems we've signed this lad, Maikel Kieftenbeld. This lad here. So who is he? Let's have a look. He's 30 years old. He's only 5'5", bit of a short ass. He's Dutch, of course, and he was at Groningen for 5 years, and he's been at Birmingham for 5 years. They give the fee there as 1.75. So now normally, you see when we bid for Jason Malumbi a couple of weeks ago, they made a point of making out that it was a club record bid. They haven't done that this time. They haven't told Corley that it was a club record bid. So this lad's contract runs out in June, so I would assume it's not going to be that high. And I've been looking into the guy, how he plays. It would seem to me, in terms of Gary Rowett's frame for how he's going to use this guy, is that where I would put Maikel in terms of ranking him with the midfielders we have already is I would put probably Leonard number 1, Woods number 2. This is I assume Gary Rowett's opinion, not my opinion. Gary Rowett's opinion. So Leonard would be 1, Woods would be 2, and Maikel would be 3. Then I think we would have Williams 4 and Thompson 5. So I think he would be the third choice centre midfielder, slotting in ahead of Sean Williams and Ben Thompson. That's what it seems to me, considering his age and quality, type of player he is. So I would assume that it's going to be gung ho 3-5-2 now. Now we have 3 first choice centre midfielders. If this guy slots in alongside Woods and Leonard, I would assume that. But yeah, these are the games he's played so far this season. This is from soccerbase.com. You want to check that out. So yep, there you go. All in all, he's had 283 professional games. So for professional starts, only 7 goals. That's in the league. 7 goals in the league. 2 goals in the cup, and altogether he's had roughly 300 starts in league and cup for both teams that he's played for already. And yeah, so that's that. We'll move on now and look in a bit more detail. This is from whoscored.com. This is Maikel Kieftenbeld's stats on whoscored.com, and these are the games he's played this season, because it's alright looking at how he's played over the last 5 years for Birmingham, but these are the latest games that he's played. He did play played 90 minutes a couple of days ago, and before that, in their games against Preston, Middlesbrough, Blackburn, came on as a sub against Middlesbrough and Derby in December, and he started previous games all in December. So I think there's just a bit of rotation because of the Christmas fixture list. As you can see here, this is his overall in terms of minutes, yellow cards, shots. So he's not an attacking midfielder. He's not an attacking midfielder, and you see his past success is quite varied. He's had in the mid 60s, 63, 64, and as high as 87. So a range of passing, not too consistent. His ratings, highs of 7.19, Low of 5.81. Well, that was the two lowest ones. He come on as a sub, so you could probably scratch them out. Let's have a look defensive, because he is a defensive midfielder. They've got him listed here as a DMC and MC. He plays two different roles. So here, tackles. Most is against Reading. He had 5 tackles in one match, which is very good. 3 tackles in his last match against Preston, 2 interceptions and 2 fouls. He loves giving a foul away. He gave away 5 against Bristol City in early December. Look at this here at the Bournemouth game. 2 tackles, 8 interceptions, 1 foul. Blackburn game as well, pretty decent. 3 tackles, 5 interceptions, 4 fouls. So he gets stuck in. So I would, depending on the tolerance of the referee, whether he ends up with 5 fouls or 1. I don't know how that's going to work out if he's playing for Millwall. I doubt he'll get much slack playing for us, but you never know. So offensively, not a big offensive player. Rarely has a shot. All these games here, last 10 games, only 4 shots. Quite a few unscheduled touches per game, which is bad control. 4 in one game against against Watford, which they lost. 3 in the last game, even though he did get stuck in with the tackles. Instead, 3 unscheduled touches. Passing. So, in terms of passing, averaging probably around a high 30s per game. With the passing percentage that we've seen already. And the 2 lowest ones there, he come as a sub. But even then, even though he only had 29 minutes on the pitch, still had 10 passes of the ball, which is pretty decent. So he's playing in the middle there, getting involved. He does get involved in the game quite a bit. A few long balls, most games. So pretty similar to what we have. Seems to be a cross between Ryan Leonard and Ben Thompson, the type of style that he plays. So we'll see how that works out. It seems he's all but signed there. Maikel Kieftenbeld, all but signed. Yep. Probably not the player we wanted or expected. We were hoping for probably a more attacking midfielder, or maybe a striker that can actually score. But I don't know. Seems Gary Rowett's desperate for this type of midfielder, so he can play free in the middle. We've been linked with midfielder after midfielder, Alan Campbell, Cameron McGeehan. We made a bid for Jason Malumbi. So it seems he's finally found a centre midfielder that's willing to sign, and that we want. And it's from another Midlands club. So again, we seem to be a landing spot for Midlands rejects. Or that's a bit harsh. He's not a reject, but you know what I mean. We seem to be a club for hand-me-downs from Midlands clubs. Anyway, that was Maikel Kieftenbeld. We're going to move on now. And last story of the day, quite busy day today. It was announced by the EFL that our game at Kenilworth Road against Luton has been picked for Sky. And this is from millwfc.co.uk, Millwall official site. Lions on Sky at Kenilworth Road. It says Millwall Sky Bet Championship game against Luton Town on Tuesday, 23rd of February, will be shown live on Sky Sports Arena. The meeting with the Hatters at Kenilworth Road, kick-off 7:45 p.m, will be co-exclusive, meaning that iFollow match passes will still be available to purchase for the fixture. Furthermore, the Lions home game with Norwich City on Tuesday the 2nd of February which was brought forward to 7 p.m. from 7:45, will now kick off at the earlier time of 6 p.m. Streaming details for the match will be released in due course. So, yep, so they're messing around with us again. The Norwich City game, which was already on 7:45, they moved it to 7. Now they're moving it 6 p.m. And this is apparently because after the Bournemouth game on Tuesday the 12th, there was a massive loads of cars on the motorway that delayed the Millwall team getting home. I think they said afterwards it took them like 5 hours to get from Bournemouth back to South London. So I would imagine that's why. But it's a bit annoying when they keep changing it. But now the Norwich City game on the 2nd of February will be a 6 p.m. kickoff now. So there you go. I mean, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.